and I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask and answer a question, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching The Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro. Edition of The Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am The Comic Hero. This is the first of 3 Mardi Gras episodes, and on this episode, it's all about the color green. Now, I'm going to touch base on that later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. All right, on last week's episode, I asked, in the comics, which city is Black Lightning from? Well, the correct answer is Metropolis. And 8 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Delano for real. Now this is someone who answered directly from YouTube, so congratulations, Delano. You yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's the question for next week's episode. And because we're still in February, and February is Black History Month, this is another Black History question, and it has something to do with a black superhero in comics. All right, Luke Cage is the first black superhero to debut in his own series. What year was it? Is it A, 1969, B, 1971, or C, 1972? Now here's some hints to help. The first hint is that the Summer Olympics were held in Munich, West Germany in this year. The second hint, Bob Barker began his 35-year tenure of hosting The Price is Right in this year. The third hint, the TV shows Sanford & Son, Emergency, The Bob Newhart Show, and The Streets of San Francisco all premiered in this year. The fourth hint, the TV sitcom My Three Sons ended after 12 seasons in this year. The fifth hint, HBO launched as the first paid television channel in this year. And then the sixth and final hint, some of the most popular songs in this year were The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face by Roberta Flack, Take It Easy by the Eagles, School's Out by Alice Cooper, and Let's Stay Together by Al Green. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask. Any questions?
Questions I walk around in. Questions I can thrive in. Questions I will survive in. Questions.
This question comes from Mandy Hooter from Bossier City, Louisiana. She asks, I was watching a reel on the cartoon Justice League. Lex Luthor got, I'm assuming, cancer from carrying kryptonite around so long just in case he could use it on Superman. Was that in the comics too? If so, how did the story turn out? Well, Mandy, there's this miniseries that just came out. Well, it didn't just come out. It came out in 2023. It was called Superman, the Last Days of Lex Luthor. And in it, Lex Luthor ends up getting this incurable disease. Now, we don't know if it's cancer or not, but after every doctor practically either turned him down or couldn't do anything for him, he did the one thing that he didn't want to do, and he asked Superman for help. Now, considering all the junk that Luthor had put Superman through, Superman was still willing to help, even if it meant having to go off planet. Now, there were I want to say 2 issues of that miniseries that have come out. It's still not done. In fact, it was actually supposed to have been done sometime last year, but DC, for some undisclosed reason, for some reason, decided to keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And the next issue won't come out until June. Now, I didn't read this miniseries mainly because I was unsure of whether it was in continuity with the monthly series or not. So, with that being said, with you asking that question, Mandy, I think I'm going to, I may just go ahead and start reading that miniseries and get caught up before the next issue comes out. But again, I don't know if it was cancer. All I know, it was some strange illness, and no doctor on Earth could help him. So he ended up enlisting Superman services for help, and they went off planet. But that's a good question, and I hope that the answer that I gave you suited very well. All right, folks, I'm really loving these questions y'all are asking me. Y'all keep them up, and I'll have another one for episode 514. But remember, they have to have anything to do with comics or anything within the realm or me in terms of both the show or the hobby. But please, no personal or tasteless questions. I will neither ask nor answer them here. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Superman number 4. The Avengers number 23. Batgirl number 4. Batman number 157. Really excited about this one. Gatchaman Only One Earth number 1. JSA number 4. Phoenix number 8. Shazam number 20. The Spectacular Spider-Man number 12. I'm also excited about this one. Superman Lex Luthor special. Two-Face number 3. The Ultimates number 9. And finally, Wolverine number 6. All right, that's 13, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 13,444. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Luke Cage is the first black superhero to debut in his own series. What year was it? Was it A, 1969, B, 1971, or C, 1972? Now here's some hints to help. The first hint is that the Summer Olympics were held in Munich, West Germany in this year. The second hint, Bob Barker began his 35-year tenure hosting The Price is Right in this year. The third hint, the TV shows Sanford & Son, Emergency, The Bob Newhart Show, and The Streets of San Francisco all premiered in this year. The fourth hint, the TV sitcom My Three Sons ended after 12 seasons in this year. The fifth hint, HBO launched as the first paid television channel in this year. The sixth hint, some of the most popular songs in this year were The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face by Roberta Flack, Take It Easy by the Eagles, School's Out by Alice Cooper, and Let's Stay Together by Al Green. Now, there are two more that I want to throw in for free, and this one that I'm about to give is one for all you video game enthusiasts. The Odyssey, the first home video game console, was released in this year. And here's one for all you political nuts. On June 17th of this year, operatives working for Richard Nixon's committee to re-elect the president broke into the Democratic National Committee's office in the Watergate complex. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Delano For Real, won a free tea on this episode. Alright, now the first color of the Mardi Gras season is green. Now green represents faith. Now the definition of faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And sometimes, and honestly, it doesn't always take big faith. Sometimes the size of faith you have to have pretty much mimics that of a mustard seed. And let me tell y'all something. Faith has gotten me through so much adversity, so much heartache. I mean, so much in my 43 years on this earth. But one thing about me, I'm totally in my faith, but one of the things I will never do, I will never, ever make other people feel small because of my faith. I will never make them feel like they are objects. I mean, I just won't do it, because sometimes the best way to show our faith is just to do good. Even when it's unpopular, do good. Even when folks make fun of you, do good. Even when folks try to mock you because of your faith, do good. Just be good to people. Don't, because the way I was always taught is that I'm no better than anyone, and because of that, I need to be good to everyone. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which is the golden rule. And that is something to this very day that I practice. All right, this is a green faced Mardi Gras comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $20, no matter what size. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, I'm doing the second of 3 Mardi Gras episodes, and I'm going to wear gold. Now, gold represents power. And then on episode 514, I'm going to conclude the Mardi Gras season by wearing purple. Now, purple represents justice. Then on episode 515, I'm raising awareness of endometriosis. I know some women that have this condition, and I can only imagine what they go through on a daily basis. And then on episode 516, I'm raising awareness of multiple sclerosis, or MS. I know some folks that have MS, and I know some folks that have died from complications of MS. Then on episode 517, I'm raising awareness of colon cancer. Really love doing the show. You know, I always say it every week. And if there's something that you would like to see on this show, something that you think would make the show better, please let me know, and I'll do everything I can to make it happen. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome, and as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on a Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome, and as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome, and as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Creators Facebook page, welcome, and as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. Oh, just want to make an update on Sinlaw Collector Con, which is in Marksville, Louisiana. It's the date has been moved from June 7th to May 31st. It's going to be on May 31st, and it's going to be from 10 to 5 at the Earl J. Barbary Senior Convention Center, which is in the very back of the Paragon Casino and Resorts in Marksville, Louisiana. I just thought I'd throw that in because I just found this out last night. So if y'all are planning on coming, don't come on June 7th, because if you do, it's already going to be already going to have happened, and I don't want y'all to make a wasted trip. So please, sir, please, ma'am, it's on May 31st. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 513. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.